We've travelled the world and eaten everywhere from roadside bars to restaurants with Michelin stars. But there really is nothing like a bit of home cooking.
Coming into a warm kitchen filled with the aroma of a tasty meal bubbling away. It's one of life's great pleasures.
Lovingly prepared dishes with flavours that pack a punch. It's the perfect way to put smiles on the faces of your nearest and dearest. We also uncover why some recipes are so special that they're handed down through generations of the same family.
The smell is absolutely fantastic.
Drop in on some of the UK's homeliest tea rooms and cafes and...
Service!
Find out what chefs like to cook on their days off.
It's just much easier and much quicker.
There's nothing quite as comforting as simple home cooking. Today, a taste of Northumberland, showing off some great recipes and amazing local produce. It's food fit for a king.
We're going to do Northumberland lamb meatballs, and this is a homage, really, to the lamb that we have in Northumberland, because the breeds that we have varied. We've got mule, we've got Suffolk, we've got Scottish blackface, we've got all sorts. What I've got here is some pine kernels. We've toasted off these pine kernels, and all we're going to do is just crush them a little bit in a pestle and mortar and add them to this wonderful lamb.
You've got the lot, haven't you? Because, I mean, Newcastle's an amazing city. You've got the coastline, the salmon rivers, the Tyne's producing salmon. Just to the north, you've got the Tweed.
Absolutely.
And then, of course, you've got the countryside. I mean, what's wonderful beef and lamb.
Well, I think that's the good thing about the diversity of Northumberland. And what frustrates me, in Northumberland, we're not that great at shouting about it.
Well, do you know what?
And it's frustrating.
Yeah.
So we've got the lamb and the pine kernels toasted and crushed slightly. I'm just going to put some breadcrumbs in here. I've put a teaspoon of allspice powder, a teaspoon of cumin, some nutmeg.
Here, I've got some flat leaf parsley, some mint, some coriander and dill. There's a lot going on in these meatballs. But, you know, I think when you've got a city like Newcastle and that region, which is an embarrassment of riches with produce, you know, it's justified to use all these wonderful things. Smell that. That's as fresh as you get. Parsley, mint, dill, coriander. A lot of greenery in there. One egg. Would you like it?
Go on. Right, and that's just to bind the meatballs.
Have you seasoned?
Not yet, mate, not
yet. Should I oblige? About a teaspoon of sea salt. Oh, we look like our black pepper.
Oh, look at that. Now, that's just coming together nicely. My hands are really, really clean, and it's best to just get stuck in there and get in and just push all of those fantastic ingredients through the Northumberland lamb. And I know you must be thinking at home, well, they don't grow cumin. We know that.
Aye.
But we do have a history of spice in the northeast because of the trade, you see.
Should I help?
Yeah, please, man.
About 20, shall we get a... Oh, no, that's too big.
Too big?
Well, think walnuts. Now, we start these meatballs off in the oven at a hot heat. We just need to brown them at 220 degrees for about 10 minutes. They'll still be raw in the middle, but then we cook them in the sauce.
Yeah, get some colour on them.
Oh, aye.
Lovely.
Look at them!
Wow. Look at that. It is, isn't it? Right, let's get some heat on.
Right, so onion goes in.
And we're going to saute these off for a little bit.
This is what you need as well.
Yeah.
Swiss chard.
Whoa. Dr. Livingston, I presume.
Right, now, I'm going to take the stems off. Well, I'm not going to throw them away, though. I'm going to cut these and shred them finely. I'll put those in with the onions and the garlic. They look lovely, don't they? And
absolutely. I'll just saute these off a little bit. A little bit longer. Mate, can you pass the broad beans as well?
All right. Now these, the frozen broad beans that have been double popped, let them thaw out, and the white husk around the bean, you just pop out these green beans, and it's like a pan of emeralds. They are such a good eat, and it looks so good on the plate. Oh, man, that smells brilliant.
Doesn't it just?
Yeah.
Absolutely gorgeous. Right.
Ooh, right.
I'm going to put our
Herbs.
meatballs in.
And just roughly chop the herbs. Don't worry about the stalks, because it's all going to be blitzed. So it's actually about equal quantity of chopped herbs as the charred leaves.
I'm going to reserve a fifth of the stock for Dave.
And remember, the meatballs have only been browned. They need to cook through now in that wonderful ethereal broth of flavour.
Oh, it's so good, this dish.
Yeah. The remaining stock goes into a pan. So bung this in and just going to sweat that down for a couple of minutes in that stock. Just want to wilt down that chard with the herb.
Oh, what? It's fabulous.
Right, now take your device, armed, and puree this green. Thank you. That'll do nicely.
Oh, what?
Now we stir this through the meatballs. And apart from colour, this is completely and utterly flavour-packed. Look at that.
Oh, that is beautiful,
Right?
Dave, yeah. Oh, yeah.
This really is the icing on the cake.
Mr. Myers. There we are, mate. I'll take this off the heat. Oh, there we go, mate.
That's brilliant. We tried to make the most of all the ingredients, not least your lamb. Let's
do
have a
we
look.
think?
Oh, I think we should. The juicy, which I think is one of the essential elements of the meatball.
Good old Northumberland lamb, mate. Perfect.
I'll drink to that, shall we?
What a good idea. Oh.
The secret to creating delicious comfort food is using the right ingredients.
The real work is done by the producers who put all their passion and expertise into getting their ingredients just right.
I'm Andrew, and this is my wife, Billy, and together we farm and mill in the heart of Northumberland. We've lived here together for 16 years, and I've been up here for 24 years. We were the first cereal farm in Northumberland to convert to organic production. The considered wisdom was that you could only grow milling quality wheat, so baking quality wheat, in the south of England, this far north. Everybody said, you're wasting your time, can't be done. Now, we grow milling quality wheat every year under organic conditions. We've gone back to growing very old varieties of wheat. We found during our research that the further back in time we went, the better the baking quality got. When we look at what we grow now, it's akin to what was grown at the end of the First World War. This is what we grew here this year. This is spelt that's thousands of years old. And if you look at any field of wheat anywhere else in the country, it's 40, 50 centimetres, and we're growing stuff that's over a metre. And these really ancient varieties, the spelt in particular, they're so tall that when we grow them in an organic field, they overshadow all the other weeds. They grow in an environment they were designed for. We have very, very deep soils, and as much of the plant is growing below the soil as above. So these plants will scavenge for their nutrients in a way that modern varieties can't, and they produce really nutritionally rich grains. So when you walk into the mill, the first thing you see is the big 3.5-ton millstones. It's 2 stones, bottom stone is static, and the top stone is driven and mills the wholemeal flour. And we mill That's somewhere around 250 kilos of grain an hour. The industrial milling process is called roller milling, and they're milling at about 11 tonnes an hour, and they are predominantly focused on producing white flour. The grains that we mill have an enormous amount of minerals and vitamins in them, and if you mill them slowly and you retain those minerals and vitamins, then you are bringing to the customer, really, the best nutritional delivery system that we can possibly produce. It's only half the story to say that we've got grains that have a high nutritional value. The moment that you add water to a grain, it will start to germinate, and a chemical process will happen. And it's exactly the same when you add water to ground down grain as flour. And the only way that you can stop that process and make those minerals and vitamins available to us to digest is if you lower the pH of your dough. And low pH is sour, it's acidic, it's sourdough.
Every sourdough starts with a good sourdough starter, or called a mother. And my sourdough comes from a lovely bakery in Newcastle. Add a bit of flour to it, a bit of water. Now what we've done here is called a poolish, and that best sits overnight in a plastic bag and just let it ferment away. So here's the poolish I made yesterday, and you can see it has changed quite a bit. We need 200 grams of this. The gluten now begins to develop, still very stiff, but with every knead and with every rest, it will be better. And now the long wait begins. We put it in the bag and let it rise for 6 hours in a warm place. I think it's one of the simplest pleasures in life to bake bread. It fills the kitchen and the house with a beautiful smell. It also satisfies something very deeply inside us, nurtures us.
We're going to cook some crab, mate, because it's, you know, off the coast of Northumberland, absolutely fantastic.
But what's this crab?
Well, it's crab with tomato and capers.
So I've got a nice piece of pancetta. It could be dry-cured back bacon, you know, but this is a bit where Northumbria meets Umbria.
So, we separate the body from the legs. We'll deal with the body first. These bits here are the feathers, and they're the filters. So we want to discard them because it is like the reason they're called feathers, if you put them in your mouth, it is like chewing a feather.
But they're not poisonous, you know.
No,
There used to be
they're
this
not.
thing, oh, they're deadly and all this. They're not. They're just like trying to eat, well, feathers.
Yeah. There's a membrane in here that you need to take out, just like that. You see this here? This fundamentally is the mouth of the crab, and all you do is you push your thumb there like that and break that off. Now, if the crab's fresh like this is, what should happen is it should just come out perfectly. No meat on that, so discard that for the minute. Then, take a spoon.
All I'm doing with the pancetta is rendering it down slowly, and this is the first building block of the sauce.
And very gently just prise all of that meat away, and this is the dark meat, and look at that.
That's joyous, isn't it?
Absolutely beautiful. There we are.
That is fantastic crab. That's such good quality.
Isn't it? And then the other ones, it's very simple. All we do is start to crack the legs and just snap them off.
Now, I've got a heap of tomatoes here on the vine, so I'm just going to chop those roughly.
After you've taken the legs off, you're left with this fantastic kind of the body of the crab, if you like. You take a knife and in half it goes. And you just pick all of that meat, pops out.
And I'm going to put in 2 cloves of garlic, and I'm leaving these whole. Give them a bit of bashing so that the flavour can come out, and just let those go for a minute or two. So we've popped the tomatoes in now. Start cooking them down with that pancetta, olive oil, Now onto this, there is a tin of chopped tomatoes too.
Now, the legs. I just give it a crack, little crack, either side, and then you just scoop the white meat out.
This is enriching already, it's doing down nicely. It's on quite a reasonable heat because I want it to cook down. Now I've got a green chilli here. Chilli and crab is a classic. And I'm going to chop this finely. We put in a whole onion, just like that, there for flavour, as is this chilli. We're popping that in there. And a good pinch of saffron, and that can go straight in. Some fish stock.
Beautiful. Look at that. How beautiful is that?
Now to this, I'm just adding a teaspoon of sugar. Now for now, we'll just let that go. If this is slow food, then I'm all for it.
Good.
I'll just have a sit whilst you finish your crab. You're obviously very happy.
You can give us a hand if you like.
No, you're doing fine. You're doing fine. It is nice to see you doing a bit of work for once.
What do you mean?
Well, you know. Should we get the spag on?
Yeah, let's do that. Oh, yeah, defo. Salt and water.
We'll just push that in. Right, should I finish this sauce off with the capers?
Yeah, you might as well, not there.
About a good tablespoon of capers will do us nicely. And chop them.
And those capers impart such an earthy note. It's lovely.
Whole parsley?
Yes, all the parsley, mate, yeah.
I'll put this in when they're crabbing, because we don't want this to cook too much, do we?
No, we don't.
Stalks and all, I think.
Absolutely.
Oh, look at that. Should I take the onion out now?
Yeah, take it out. Right. Are you ready?
I'm ready. This is a big moment, Kingy.
Oh, goodness.
Look at that. Is no lack of generosity in the amount of crab that's in this dish.
And this is the dark meat. And don't worry, just break the crab meat up.
My heck, that's rich, Kingy. I'll put my parsley in now, side.
Absolutely.
And just let those flavours just mellow together.
Now, at this point, mate, we'll float some butter into it. Yeah, just sprinkle it up and...
I think I'll just clear the decks in anticipation of our feast.
I think that's about ready, mate.
Right. The funnel with the chunnel. We don't want it too dry, do we?
No, because then what we're going to do...
Blind me.
That goes in there. Boom. We'll coat that beautiful spaghetti in the butter. Just gently push the sauce through the spaghetti.
Right, King, it's time to go on our holidays.
Oh, brill.
Right.
Now, this is home cooking.
Oh, look at that. That looks dead right, the amount of sauce to pasta. Oh, that is wonderful.
Taste of Northumberland with a crab.
It's a taste of Tuscany with spaghetti. Oh.
Happy?
It's good to be home. Britain has an army of creative chefs who day after day send out sensational dishes to customers in their restaurants. But back at home, what's their idea of comfort food?
My name's Dave Coulson. I'm a chef, proud owner of Peace and Loaf in Jesmond, Newcastle. Opening Peace and Loaf was one of the hardest things I've ever done. Long days, we did all the painting and stuff ourselves and picked all the pictures and got the kitchen ready. Modern Geordie is our style of food, full flavoured food, just with a little twist. We just take our local ingredients and turn them into something a little bit different. My philosophy on food is buy as good ingredients as you can, process them simply, treat it with respect, and you'll get good dishes at the end of it.
Thank you, Louis. Okay. Samaj, ready canapees for 2, please. 1 mackerel, 1 pie, 2 trout, 1 fries, wait.
Quite relaxed kitchen. We're all here for the same reasons, and it's to cook lovely food. It's like 6 chefs, and we're all barging for space. We get along well, we've got a good team in there. Cooking is a great buzz when you have a perfect service. The whole team's on a high, and get cleaned down, go and have a beer. There's no better feeling, really. Being a chef is everything to us. We wake up early, we go to bed late, barely see our families, but you still come and do it. The passion of cooking great food and for the customers, when you see them enjoying it, it means something to you. I'm very passionate about the North East, Newcastle and County Durham. Loads of different cultures. We have Polish restaurants, Portuguese, Jamaican, all serving brilliant food. You don't have to be down south to be a good chef. It doesn't matter. Up north, we know that it's better than down there. I love comfort food, which is obviously what I eat on my days off and stuff. I love going for fish and chips at the coast. I like a beef burger. It's a lovely Chinese down the road from the restaurant. There's a mean chicken satay chow mein. Most chefs, if they're honest, they eat takeaway food and 99p burgers. It's easy, it's convenient. Get home, get looked after by my lovely girlfriend Laura. Really change of pace. I don't really do much around the house. We've just had a little boy as well, so we're looking after him, and that's hard work, as everybody knows. And when I'm at home, I cook completely different food. I'll just knock up like just steak and chips and salad, or like a quick curry or a stir fry or something like that. Just things that only take 10-15 minutes. I'm making my version of mince and dumplings. Every northern family's favourite. This is the first dish I ever cooked for my girlfriend. This is our family favourite. I start with carrot and onion and leek in a pan, and I sweat it down just with veg oil. This is the longest bit, getting the vegetables cooked. Dumplings is just 2/3 self-raising flour, 1/3 beef suet, and then we just bake them on top of the mince mixture, and they go like soggy on the bottom, crusty on top. When you look at dishes from across all the world, everybody's peasant's food is better than the posh food. It's natural, trying to make tougher, cheaper bits of meat into something beautiful. The more you've got to cook it, the more flavour you're going to get out of it. Brown my mince, add them both together, add stock and just cook it out till the desired consistency. A little tablespoon of flour in there to thicken. Dumplings. Mashed potato, beautiful. My favourite meal in the world is mince and dumplings. It's warm, it's hearty, it's cheap to make, it's filling, it's got everything. I would take it to a desert island with us and eat it forever. Here you go, my love.
Thank you very much.
Learning about food has been the best journey I've ever been on, you know. Food is my life.
What are we doing, mate?
Deep fried ice cream, mate.
What on earth has that got to do with Northumberland?
Quite a lot, because we have a massive Italian community in the northeast and in Northumberland particularly, because everybody in the big houses in Northumberland were the big industrialists, and they got a load of Italians over to make their beautiful plasterworks in that big country houses.
I do remember you used to take me to ice cream shop in Whitley Bay.
There you go.
It was superb.
It's superb. So there is a tradition of ice cream making in Northumberland, and this is why I thought deep fried ice cream.
Well, I'm working under instruction. In this bowl, I have crushed ginger nuts, and desiccated coconut. I suppose this is your crumbs for your frying, is it?
This is it. The most important thing is about deep-fried ice cream is your ice cream balls need to be as tight as possible because, you know, we're going to deep-fry them.
They've got to be super cold, haven't they?
Super cold. And we're going to put them back into the freezer.
You want them rock-like, don't you?
Yeah.
I've got 2 eggs and I'm going to stir in some coconut cream. So I can see we've got the Caribbean vibe coming on with the rum, the coconut.
Yeah.
I'm beginning to like this, Mr. King.
You see, I mean, I know it sounds a bit bonkers, but it's not. Do you know what as well, mate? I just thought it's a nice wintry recipe for ice cream. Do you know what I mean? Because it's deep-fried and warm on the outside.
Well, it is, and most of us have got freezers. And actually, to be fair, most of the time in my freezer, I have to wait for the ice cream to thaw before I eat it.
Yes.
Should I put the raisins on, Si?
Would you mind?
No. So the raisins go into a pan. How much rum would you like in there?
About 150 ml, mate, please.
Whoa.
Well, you know what we're like up in the north, dude. We don't do anything light. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Right, I'm going to put these
in the freezer?
Yeah, I've got to put them back in the freezer.
Don't be long.
I won't.
Now, he said to put a teaspoon of cinnamon. As soon as it comes to a simmer, I'm going to grate the zest of a lime. Kingy!
I'm coming!
I don't want this to catch light, because if it does, we'll take the kitchen out. So I've got the cinnamon, the rum and the raisins.
Perfect, mate, perfect. Right, now...
Oh, wow.
Well, I did some earlier, you see.
Yeah,
so
they've changed character, haven't they?
They have.
Right, we better be quick.
We'll do. So, into here first, and just scrunch it a little bit so you get a nice coating.
Now I've got me eggs and me coconut cream.
Yep.
It's back. No, it's back to you, innit?
Yeah. And you cover it again in the ginger nut and coconut mixture.
And you have to work quick. So obviously that's one of the fundamental things with ice cream, its propensity to melt. I'm getting it though, Kingy.
Are you getting it? Are you getting it?
Yep. I think those ice cream balls need to go back in there for a couple of hours to firm up.
Well,
right,
listen.
I'll bash on with this, but don't linger. I know you. Once you go up there, that's it. I never see you again. I mean, this is possibly the ultimate grown-up rum and raisin ice cream sauce, where it is. Now, we turn the heat off, and I want the zest of a lime. This needs to go cold, and whilst the ice cream's getting harder, this will be macerating that lovely lime, cinnamon, raisins and rum, and those raisins are going to plump up. It'll be absolutely amazing. Do you know, I'm beginning to like this recipe, you know, but it's very odd being here on my own. Right, now we haven't finished with the sauce yet.
We're going to make a caramel sugar. Do you know how we've always told you not to stir caramel? Well, this is a little bit different. So we're taking 100 ml of water and we're going to just stir it until it looks like wet sand. So, like that. And then we'll turn it up and let it turn into caramel. Now, at this point, we definitely do not want to stir it. Well, that's going. You can see the bubbles now.
Yeah.
Dave's just swirling it around.
We don't want it to go to toffee, do we?
No.
Just caramel. That's it, Kingy. Look, it smells of caramel now, but we don't want it to go any more, so let's get that cream in.
Now, bear in mind, when you put the cream in, it is going to split and splatter.
Look at that. And this is very hot.
Ready?
Yep. Now, this is what you call a rum and raisin sauce. Now, we will have to wait for this to go cold before we put it on the ice cream.
Yes.
Now, that is a rum and raisin sauce of some calibre.
And as it cools, it will thicken.
Oh, this is nice. I think the nice thing is, I think we should serve this sauce warm, but just warm, just tepid.
Yeah, nice, nice. Here we go, mate. So these have been in the freezer again.
Oh, they're like rock. That's what you want.
That's what you want. The oil is preheated to 190 degrees and we're going to drop the 3 balls in at the same time and cook them for 15 seconds. Take them out, set them aside.
Right.
You ready? You counting?
I'm counting now. 5 seconds. That's the 15. Oh, yes. Golden and crispy. A 3-ball scoop of magnificence, Si.
Shall we spoon some of this over?
Oh, yeah. Oh, heavy on the raisins.
How's that?
I just can't wait to taste it.
Right, let's do it.
Remember, the outside of the ice cream is crispy and red hot, yeah? And the inside is frozen solid. The coconut's toasted. Ice cream is fabulous.
Sauce is immense.
Kingy, I'm not really an ice cream man. This is the best ice cream dessert I've ever tasted.
Well, it's always a joint effort.
Nothing beats homemade comfort food, but every now and then, it's nice to have someone else cook for you.
Thankfully, all over the country, there are places that make us feel right at home and keep enticing us back.
My name is Mary Manley. We've been running this bookshop since 1991 when we opened in only 800 square feet of the shop, which has grown since to 8,000 square feet. In 2008, our shop manager was looking around for space for an office. And he found space on the other side of the building. When we walked in, it was this glorious room, really. And I said, this isn't going to be an office, this is going to be my buffet. This building was built in 1888, huge. It's 30,000 square feet. The first room that was discovered and we changed into the buffet was a boiler room for boiling water to heat foot warmers that go in the carriages. Then the next room we expanded into was the gents' first-class waiting room. And the third room is the ladies' first-class waiting room, which still has the original marble fireplace. We get a lot of regulars come in every morning, read the paper, have breakfast. Some stay all day, some people come with their dogs. What I wanted in the buffet was just simple, good food, local produce.
Creamy mushrooms and a quiche.
Simple, but well done, and people liked it. And we grew.
Well, they're one of the best bacon sandwiches in town. Plus, I have quite an affinity towards the place. My father used to work on the railway, and he's got his name up on the board along the side there. And I have fond memories of coming here as a schoolboy, actually.
And also, we feel very proud of it because there's so many people visit it and are so enamoured by the place that we feel it's part of us as well.
It's been named by one magazine as the British Library of second-hand bookshops. And the difference between this and the British Library is here you can see all the books at once and handle them. This cafe is wonderful. You can take a book in, you can read over a tea, cake and coffee. The only problem is you mustn't get the jam on the pages of the books. That's frowned upon.
The thing I love cooking most is the macaroni cheese. The cream cheese going in.
A lot of people say mac cheese and they think of what they had in school, but mac cheese can be an art.
Put in our magic. That's the cream reduction that has the herbs, the wine, the butter, the whole lot in. Parmesan. Now we'll just add sharp cheddar. Just warming the pasta through and boiled water beforehand. And in we go. Sprinkle of crumbs.
And I love doing a simple dish like that, but really well. That's what I'm after in our buffet.
The macaroni cheese is wonderful, and you get the bacon bits on the top. It's really absolutely divine. Very nice American influence, I have to say. The cafe is definitely an added draw for me. It's grown so much over the years. Whenever I come in, I like to come sit at this table, table number 9. I've warned the staff that when I die, I am going to come back and haunt table 9.
Restoring the old station has been our great joy over the whole thing. Restoring all the clocks and all the architectural features of the station. Labour of love, yes, but with a canny business idea behind it. What we do is what brings people in.
I love it. I really tell myself and think it's true. The very kind of customers we have are the same ones who used to come to the railway station. Every age, every class come here, and that is what I aim for.
That to me says Northumberland, Kingy.
Yes, yes.
Because some of the best cold water fish, I think, in the UK comes from the North Sea. We thought, we'd do a John Dory.
Yeah. And then we thought, maybe we might do a turbot.
Then we saw this brill. Look at that.
How beautiful.
We've got a few bits and pieces to do. We've got the most wonderful langoustines and mussels and the fish, and they're going to be steamed, which is like the purest form of cooking.
The first thing that we're going to do is I'm going to give our beautiful brill a bit of a haircut. So it's just take that off, like that. And then the same on the other side. This is a celebration of what you have locally.
Yeah.
What I love about brill, Dave, and I know you do too, the flesh of the brill is quite compact and solid and it flakes beautifully. And also, it just imparts this wonderful, wonderful flavour.
I'm just going to make like the steaming vessel now. So I'm making sure that I've got enough to wrap around because we want to create some vapour for the fish. I'll put some oil sugar on this first side.
Yes, please, mate.
So some oil on here, a little knob of butter,
beautiful.
A couple there. We put a couple of bits of garlic.
There's some zest, mate.
So we've got like the strip of lemon peel, so we get the aroma, but you're not actually eating a lemon. Look at this. Gosh, there's some meat on that. I put some garlic just in its inside.
And there's some more zest, mate.
Some salt in here, and some lemon zest. Bits of garlic.
Now the steaming liquor.
They can use white wine, water, or vermouth. Vermouth it's lovely.
So you want about 100 mils of this. I'm just pouring it around the sides because I don't want to take any of the seasoning that Dave's put on.
And it's almost cooking this wonderful, kind of nice, boozy steam.
That's about there, mate. Do you reckon?
And just gather your foil up. We want to do what you call a tent. So we want the steam to be able to circulate around the fish, which it will do. Yeah, so we need to put this in now for 15 minutes for a fish of that thickness.
Oven's been preheated to 200 degrees.
So it's quite a fierce oven, but we want the steam. There we go.
Beautiful.
Now, we'll time this. Again, what do we serve this with? Well, you don't want to detract from the quality. You want to focus your head on the langoustines, mussels and the fish. So I'm going to do some game chips. You know, just posh crisps on the side. Basically, the first one's sacrificial, and then you turn it 90 degrees, 90 degrees, 90 degrees, 90 degrees. And look, we get these lovely perforated crisps.
And I'm going to do an aioli, which fundamentally is really a garlicky mayonnaise. In a bowl, take 2 egg yolks. Just to start the emulsification, we're going to put a little bit of lemon juice in, a teaspoon of Dijon mustard in, a little bit of salt. I'll give these a whisk.
It's only when you start to make crisps or game chips you realise what a lot of crisps you get out of one potato. The game chips were deep fried at 190 degrees Celsius until crisp and golden.
Now, a key ingredient with aioli is garlic. So I'm going to put one lovely fat clove in. And you whisk it until the egg yolks change colour and they go slightly light. And then from that point, you start to add your sunflower oil. Just in a little dribble every now and then. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of olive oil just for flavour. And then the saffron. Mix it in again. Little touch of lemon juice. And I think, mate, just have a taste of that and see if we're there.
Oh, wow. That's superb.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's going to be the richest thing on the plate, but I think, you know, you leave that to people, how much they want to enrich.
Absolutely.
You forget, like, you know, little garnishes like this add such a lot to a dish, and they really are supporting players to that gorgeous fish.
Right, mate, I'm going to take this brill out.
I've got my last batch on.
So, at this point... Oh, yeah. Mate, come and have a look at this.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Oh.
We can put our langies on,
yeah,
can't we, now?
put with langies and mussels in. And...
That's an event, isn't it?
Absolutely. For people that are frightened of cooking fish, this is a great way to do it, because, look, it's simple. How beautiful is that? Now, more butter. And then I'm going to seal her up again. Five more minutes, mate.
I think we've got enough game chips here.
Yes. Right.
Bit of a tidy up, eh?
Yeah. Wait for the main event, eh?
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Now, this is a bundle of joy.
I'm so excited. Oh, look at that.
See, Mr. Fish, there you go. Oh, come on, Si. At least let's get it on a plate.
Right. There we have it. Brill with mussels and langoustine from the cold waters around the UK.
It's completely brill.
Yeah.
Drop of white wine?
Oh, absolutely. Langoustine. Yeah.
Look at that. When people say about opalescent, white, flaky fish, that's what you want. Plain. It's the best, Si. It really is. Because the pure way we've cooked it, it ticks all the boxes. It's moist, it's tasty, it's lovely.
It's one of those occasions in cooking where you just let the ingredients speak for themselves because they're of such a high quality.
Cheers. Here's to Northumberland.
Here's to Northumberland. Cheers, mate. Cheers.